So one of the challenges that our geoscientists have is it's very difficult for them to see anything. All the rocks, the producing formations, obviously well underground. So what we have here though is an outcrop where the reservoir comes to the surface. And it gives us a great opportunity to see what our reservoir rocks actually look like.
So this was a first for BP to image a rock outcrop using a drone. We hadn't done this before, so we had to look at all the available imaging sensors that we could source, but also the acquisition platforms. So the team looked at all those issues and then settled on the use of a drone with a high-resolution camera to image the outcrop.
The proper planning of drone flights with the consideration of the terrain characteristics is required in order to optimize the proximity of drone to the outcrops and also optimal camera acquisition angles. This is critical for further optimized image processing and the achievement of the quality products suitable for the outcrop imaging and mapping.
The copter versions of the drones, such as octocopters, hexacopters and quadcopters, were all successfully deployed for imaging of Yasamal outcrop.
Studying the outcrop like this allows geologists to build a detailed reservoir analog models that are then used as inputs to create or calibrate the predictive subsurface geological models. Historically, this was a paper-based process, requiring a degree of abstraction and simplification when plotting three-dimensional outcrop data onto two-dimensional sketches or maps. But nowadays, with the advance of new digital methods of outcrop data acquisition, we can create a photorealistic, spatially precise and geometrically accurate three-dimensional models of the exposed rocks.
BP is ramping up on the modernization and transformation agenda, and there are different streams in modernization and transformation, and one of the streams is also in the subsurface world, where we are trying to get as digital as possible to make our life more efficient and closer to the business value. And one of those projects is Digital Outcrops project. This project is about basically digitizing what we see in geology not very far from Baku and bring it close to our desks, where geologists and geophysicists and other subsurface specialists can actually look at the data and get the maximum out of it and use them in our day-to-day business.
It's just the beginning. I can't imagine where this will go. I think from simulating, from using the details of the outcrop into creating reservoir simulations to ask very specific questions, to using different kinds of imagery, spectral imagery, etc., to actually to break the rocks up into its, maybe permeability classes, maybe, different ways of breaking the rocks up. So quite an exciting start.
The major challenge for the region and for our entire team working on this project was that the UAV system was the first time ever implemented in the region. And that was the really big exercise for whole entire BP team in the region to better assess, to find the most effective and efficient way, and also to select the right equipment for the mission.
We initiated the process when we utilized the best practices from the aviation, like a safety culture, maintenance culture, operational culture, and procedural follow-ups.
The team worked very closely with stakeholders internally to BP, but also our contractor externally to make this happen.
the development of this technology will enable us to gather surveillance data much more efficiently and cost effectively for other applications, things like flare tip surveys and air gap surveys, following pipeline corridors. So this technology that we're developing for this application is going to be very widely available for different parts of the business.